Good morning, students of class 8th. We today again continue with chapter 3rd of elements, compounds and mixtures in chemistry. And if you remember, children, that in video 3 we had studied about the characteristics of compounds and mixtures, showing reactions about HCl to produce different compounds. We learned about colloidal solutions, their examples, suspensions and their examples. We also studied various characteristics of mixtures, preparation of mixture and compounds with elements like iron and sulfur. We learn to differentiate, children, between compounds and a mixture also. We learned about types of mixtures like solid-solid mixtures, both heterogeneous and homogeneous, then solid-liquid mixtures, liquid-liquid mixtures and liquid-gas mixtures, including gas and gas mixtures of both homogeneous and heterogeneous kind. We also introduced about how mixtures can be separated into their component elements. So all this we had studied yesterday in video 4 and now video 3. But today in video 4 we will continue with various examples of separation of mixtures. Let us see these examples one by one. We have got methods for separation of solid-solid mixture. For example, if you see here, we have different methods of separation of solid-solid mixtures that have been shown here on page number 48 of your books. Looking here, we see first by mechanical picking or hand picking. So the first method that we used, like children, if rice and pulse, दाल और चावल आपस में जब मिल जाते हैं तो हम हाथ से चुन के कलर्ड दाल को चावल से अलग कर सकते हैं. So this is mechanical or hand picking. In components of solid-solid mixture, we have different sizes and different colors. We can separate them by hand picking. When they are of different size and of different color, like for example, rice is of white color and the pulse is of red color, or the dal is of red color. So we can easily hand pick the colored, the orangish or the reddish colored pulse from the rice by hand picking. For example, let us take a example of chemistry. Copper filings, which are red and large, they can be separated from iron filings by simply hand picking them. Then let us see another method of magnetic separation. If you look here, children, on this page, you see the method of magnetic separation. This method is used for the separation of components of mixture in which one of the components is magnetic. Magnetic means that one of the components can be attracted by a magnet. For example, let us take mixture of iron filings and sand. And this mixture of iron filings and sand we keep on a paper, and these can be separated by a magnet. We do it this way: when we spread the mixture of iron filings or iron particles and sand on a piece of paper, then we place another sheet of paper over the mixture. You see here there is another sheet of paper which we put over this sheet. Then a strong horseshoe magnet is taken, and this strong horseshoe magnet is repeatedly passed over the mixture. So you see how this paper which has been kept above the lower paper which contains the mixture, again and again when the magnet is passed over this paper, the upper paper, then we see that the strong shoe magnet, it pulls all the iron particles onto this paper. So this paper's lower surface begins to stick all the iron particles, and then this paper can be removed in a different vessel, and all the iron particles which are there, they can be shed inside a different vessel, and so we will be able to separate sand and iron particles, or iron particles and sulfur particles. Both these can be separated by magnetic separation method. Then we see there is another method by the name of gravity separation method. In this method, we use the separation of components of a mixture in which one of the components, children, is much lighter. Like here we see this component here in this beaker is sawdust, and the other component which is solid inside this beaker is sand. So what do we do is that we take mixture of sand and sawdust, and we put it into a beaker and we stir it thoroughly. When we stir this combination thoroughly, after some time sand settles at the bottom of the beaker, whereas sawdust is the lighter material than the other two. So this sawdust particles, they begin to float on top of water. So the sawdust can be separated by decantation. What is decantation, children? We can tilt the beaker. If you see here, children, we can tilt the beaker like this, and all the particles which are on top of the sawdust, these particles along with water, these can be filtered. So on the filter paper we will get all the sawdust particles, whereas sand is left at the bottom of the beaker. So we can separate two solids by gravity separation. Because of the pull of gravity, one of the solid comes at the base of the beaker. Another very good method of separation of two solids is known as the sublimation method. This method is used for the separation of components of a mixture in which one component undergoes sublimation. If you remember, children, what I told you about sublimation. Sublimation is the property by which a material, a solid material, when heated, changes directly into gas without changing into a liquid. So one material, we take a mixture, one material is a sublimable material, whereas the other is not a sublimable material. For example, we take ammonium chloride and common salt, and we take this mixture inside a dish, this mixture inside a china dish. Can you see the china dish here, children? So this mixture is taken, and we cover this china dish by an inverted funnel. Here we see the stand which is able to catch on or latch on to this funnel, and the top open portion of the funnel has been clogged, or it has been blocked by cotton wool plug. And when we heat this mixture, children, we will see on heating the ammonium chloride vapors coming onto the walls of the funnel, and they condense on the cooler parts of the wall of the funnel, because the outside, this part of the funnel is being cooled all the time. So the crust of ammonium chloride particles, it settles down on the walls of the funnel. The fine powder of ammonium chloride deposited on the funnel, this can be scraped off with the help of a knife later on. So we have separated ammonium chloride from common salt. Common salt, children, is not a sublimable product, so it is left behind in the china. Similarly, we can do the same with a mixture of iodine and sand. Iodine sublimes, so iodine will stick onto the walls of the funnel and can be removed by scratching with a knife, whereas we see that sand will be left behind in the china disc. So we see that there are some sublimable products. Let us see the examples of some of the sublimable products. Some of the sublimable products which sublime are iodine, which shows sublimation. Then ammonium chloride, NH4Cl, this also shows sublimation. Then we see another substance, camphor. This also shows sublimation. We see solid carbon dioxide, which is also a substance which shows sublimation. Then we see naphthalene balls at room temperature. These also sublime. You must have seen, children, that the naphthalene balls which are put after winter is over in your woolen clothes so as to preserve them against insects. You will see that in the next year, when your clothes, woolen clothes, are taken out during winters, the naphthalene balls have reduced down to very small particles. So this shows that sublimation has taken place because naphthalene sublimes at room temperature. So children, today we studied mainly about the methods of separating solids from solid mixtures. We will continue with methods to understand the separation of solid liquid mixtures tomorrow. So children, wish you all the best. Have a good day. Thank you.